Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you. So now the work begins. We won, but now the work begins. We have to bring them home. And you know, tonight I'm going to be signing on the J6 hostages, pardons, to get them out. And as soon as I leave, I'm going to the Oval Office and we'll be signing pardons for a lot of people, a lot of people. And thank you to Steve Witkoff. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine. He's been a very successful man. He's a great negotiator. He's a wonderful guy. People love him. And he's got a tremendous power of persuasion. And that's what we need. We don't need stiffs. We don't need stiffs. We got a lot of stiffs. You just had a whole load of them. And to the former hostages with us today, welcome. And welcome home. Some of the folks are former hostages, not a good situation. The three young ladies that came home yesterday, you saw that. More coming home every day now. They're coming home. But they were hurt. They were hurt. They were hurt. One had her head blown off, fingers on her hand, and her hand indeed was blown off. She was trying to defend herself from a bullet being fired. Do you believe this? A bullet knocked off her hand. I don't know. You look at it, it's a disgrace. We never stopped praying for you, and we're so glad that you're reunited with your friends and families, and God bless you all. And some of them are just saying, no, my son is gone, but please just bring home his body. Right, Steve? Many of you have told me that your son is gone, but bring home his body. It should have never happened. 3 years, it's ridiculous. Should have never happened. Wouldn't have happened. I also want to express my tremendous gratitude to the hundreds of thousands of proud American patriots who came from all across the country to join us in this celebration. It's a celebration of a big win. And you're witnessing the dawn of the golden age of America. That's what it's going to be. We're bringing it back. We're going to bring it back fast. We're going to bring it back fast. Let us also thank the incredible service members, National Guardsmen, Police, Secret Service, and law enforcement personnel who are keeping us all safe, even though, and they are great people. New York's finest. I grew up with New York's finest, and we got to give them their authority back. You won't have any crime. There'll be no crime. You give them little authority back. The whole way they run things in this country now, it's disgraceful. But it's going to change rapidly. We're going to make our cities safe again, too. Even though we're indoors, we've had a magnificent inaugural parade. And let's give a big round of applause. They were great. To all of the incredible performers and hardworking men and women who made it possible. Those people, really talented, amazing people. I also want to thank my wonderful family for being here, especially my beautiful wife, our First Lady, Melania. I love our First Lady. And also, JD. How good has JD been? And his beautiful wife, Usha. How good is JB? JD has been good too. We need negotiators in this country. But so many of the people on the stage behind, not only family members, as an example, Lara Trump, the wife of Eric. She was the head of the Republican Party along with my friend Michael. Stand up, the two of you. What a job. What a job they did. They worked so hard. They knew there'd be rigging, but they said, we're going to make it too big to rig, and we did. We made it too big to rig. We won every swing state by a lot. We won the popular vote by millions and millions of votes. We won the whole ball of wax. And now we're going to go and drill, baby, drill, and do all the things that we've wanted to do and bring your costs down, your prices down, and make our country safe. So thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much. What a job you've done, Michael. I'm never moving you, you know. He was thinking about getting a nice job in the administration. I said, no, I'm leaving you right where you are. You've done a very good job. We're not moving you, Michael. I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Right here with us also in the arena, I'm about to sign some very important executive orders of our new administration. Hey, Don, will you stand up, please? Don is another one. How about Don? This guy. He's a popular one. He goes out and speaks. He gets a big crowd. He's a little on the rough side sometimes, but that's what you want. He's done a fantastic job, and he loves our country. Thanks, Don. Great job. You've done a great job. And Ivanka. And you know, Jared negotiated the Abraham Accords, which are it's the biggest deal made in the Middle East in many, many years, and it's really something. Jared, stand up, Jared. The Abraham Accords. And Tiffany's going to have a little baby. And Michael. And then I have a very tall son named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of him? Thank you. He knew the youth vote. You know, we won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, I can go out and do this, one, that, one. And he did a lot of them. And he respects them all. He understood them very well. And he said, Dad, you got to go out to Joe Rogan and do all these guys. And we did. We did. And Joe Rogan was great. They were all great, right? And they were all good. He understood the market. Another famous one. How about Kai? Stand up, Kai. Is that Byron Donalds back there? Stand up, Byron. Stand up. What a future this one has. What a future. That's great, Byron. Thank you very much. And how about Lutnick, Secretary of Commerce? He's going to take in more money than any country has ever even thought about. He's going to take in some money. And we have many others. Look, I'm not going to go through it, but we're going to sign some orders right now, and that's really what I want to do. So we're going to sign executive orders. First, I'll revoke nearly 80 destructive and radical executive actions of the previous administration, one of the worst administrations in history. Maybe not one of them. The worst. Anybody that would allow millions of people to pour through our borders from jails, prisons, mental institutions, insane asylums, gang members to be taken off the streets of Venezuela and deposited in our country, and many, not just Venezuela. You know, crime in Venezuela is down 74%. because they took their criminals and gave them to us through an open border policy of the previous administration. All over the world, they're emptying their prisons into our country. They're emptying their mental institutions into our country. It stops as of 1 o'clock this afternoon, okay? It stops. So I'm revoking nearly 80 destructive, radical executive actions of the previous administration. They'll all be null and void within about, 5 minutes? Is that them over there? 5 minutes? And next, to gain immediate control of the vast federal, out-of-control bureaucracy, I will implement an immediate regulation freeze, which will stop Biden bureaucrats from continuing to regulate. Most of those bureaucrats are being fired. They're gone. Should be all of them, but some sneak through, but we have to live with a couple, I guess. I'll also issue a temporary hiring freeze to ensure that we're only hiring competent people who are faithful to the American public. And we will pause the hiring of any new IRS agents. We will also require that federal workers must return to the office in person. And we're going to take the 88,000 people that they hired to go after you with guns. By the way, they're allowed to use guns and harass you like they were so many other people. Remember this. Okay, remember? Do you remember a little statement about tips? Does anybody remember that little statement? I think we won Nevada because of that statement. But they went out and harassed you over the tips. In other words, we are restoring control of our government to the people. We're going to take those 88,000. Let's see if they'd like to work on the border, because that's what we want them really to do. So we're going to have no tax on tips, right? No tax on tips. We may have, like, the Speaker of the House. Is he here? He's done such a good job. Is Mike here? He's around here someplace. I saw him just a little while ago. Hello, fellas. Look at you guys. Yeah, I know. He's great. He's doing great. They're all doing good. The Republican Party has never been unified like it is right now. They want to save our country. And we're going to more than save it. We're going to make it greater than it's ever been before by a lot. Next, I'm going to sign a presidential memorandum directing every member of my cabinet to marshal every power at their disposal to defeat inflation and rapidly bring down the cost of daily life, because your costs have gone through the roof in the last 4 years. Perhaps you didn't notice. Does anyone notice their costs are like double, triple, quadruple? You can't buy bacon. Apples have doubled in price. You want an apple, anybody? Pay twice what you did 2 years ago. We'll put more money in your pocket, and we'll bring back the American dream, and to reduce energy costs and liberate our economy. So we have more oil and gas than any country in the world, and we're going to use it. We're not going to do the wind thing. Wind. Big, ugly windmills, they ruin your neighborhood. They ruin you. If you have a house that's near a windmill, guess what? Your house is worth less than half. And did you see up in New England with the whales? You see what's happening? So they had 2 whales killed in about 14 years. Last year and the year before, total, they had 28. So if you're into whales, you don't want windmills either. And they're the most expensive form of energy that you can have by far. And they're all made in China, by the way, practically all of them. And they kill your birds and they ruin your beautiful landscapes. But other than that, I think they're quite good, right? Now, remember when we used to joke and kid, when we were kidding, but we don't kid anymore. They want to watch the debates on television. They want to watch your favorite president on television. But the wind isn't blowing, so we can't watch television that night, Gladys. Remember? Gladys, I'm sorry, the wind is just not blowing. We're not watching Trump tonight. but I'm immediately withdrawing from the unfair, one-sided Paris Climate Accord ripoff. The United States will not sabotage our own industries while China pollutes with impunity. You know, China, I mean, look, they use a lot of dirty energy, but they produce a lot of energy. And when that stuff goes up in the air, you know, it doesn't stay there. It's not like you got a wall. We love walls, don't we? Not like you have a wall around and it doesn't. It floats into the United States of America after 3.5 to 5.5 days. It floats across the oceans and it comes right over your neighborhood and it falls into your neighborhood. So they all say, we have to fight for cleaner air, but the other dirty air is dropping all over us. So what the hell are they talking about? Unless everybody does it, it just doesn't work. You know, we had the cleanest air and the cleanest water that this country's ever had under the Trump administration, and we didn't do anything to stop jobs and stop production. Believe me, you see a lot of companies come pouring back because tariffs. I always say tariffs is the most beautiful word to me in the dictionary. And I was reprimanded by the fake news. They said, what about love, religion, and God? I said, I agree. Let's put God number 1. Let's put religion number 2. Love, I don't know, we got to put that number 3, I guess, right? And then it's tariff. Because tariffs are going to make us rich as hell. It's going to bring our country's businesses back that left us. And I'll also sign an executive order to immediately end federal government censorship of the American people. In America, we believe in free speech. And we're bringing it back starting today to stop the weaponization. Oh, do I know about that? These creeps. Deranged Jack Smith. Yeah, deranged. He's a deranged prosecutor. He's sick. They suck him on me. He's now been reduced to getting on an airplane, going back to The Hague or wherever the hell he came from. We got to get rid of that guy. Hey, was he one of the many people that got a pardon today? Did they pardon Jack Smith? You know, did you know that Biden, while I was making my speech, pardoned his whole family? The brother, the whole deal was pardoned. Can you imagine that? While I was making my speech. Did everybody hear my speech? Did you like my speech? Thank you. I mean, the only thing wrong with it is I had a lot of tough things to say, and I have some great people that work for me. Sir, this is such a great speech. It's so unifying. Don't talk about Biden with his pardons of his family. We want a unified country. They said, don't talk about the J6 hostages that you're going to be releasing today. Sir, don't put that in your speech, please. I said, but I want to put it in my speech. I said, sir, it won't be unified like it is. It's so beautiful the way it is. And it is getting great reviews. You know, if I put things like that in, I'll get terrible reviews. One little paragraph that's a little bit wrong, the fake news goes crazy, right? So I said, all right, I won't put it in my speech, but you know what? I'm speaking in front of a hell of a lot of people at a place called Capital One Arena, and I'll talk about it there. So we're going to be going over the beautiful Oval Office, one of the great offices in history. Even if it wasn't beautiful, it's the Oval Office, but it is beautiful. And we love the Oval Office. It all starts with the wars start and end there. Everything starts and ends at the Oval Office. We love it. But we're going to go to the Oval Office. We're going to release our great hostages that didn't do, for the most part, they didn't do stuff wrong. Just take a look at what went on. And look what happens in other parts of the country. In Portland, where they kill people, they destroy the city. Nothing happens to them. In Seattle, where they took over a big chunk of the city, nothing happened. Minneapolis, where they burned down the city, nothing happened. Essentially, nothing happened. All they want to do is go after the J6 hostages. A 76-year-old grandmother was arrested the other day. I think because she was looking at the Capitol or something like that. No, we're not going to put up with that crap anymore. And to stop the weaponization of law enforcement, I've been investigated more than any human being in the world. I believe I have the all-time record. Every day a subpoena. Every single day would get subpoenas. I was more than any person. Alphonse Capone, remember I used to talk. Alphonse Capone, Scarface, he was a pretty rough guy. He was investigated about 1/100th what Trump was investigated. My father's looking down at me, my mother, how the hell did this happen? You know what it is? They investigated their political opponent, the opponent of Biden, and then ultimately Kamala. Has anyone ever heard of Kamala? We had to beat two opponents, We had to beat Biden, then we beat him. Now he goes on top. The guy was like 39 points down. I think I could have beaten Trump. They should have left me and I would have beaten. No, his debate performance wasn't the best, right? That's what killed him. And then they had to change, and that's like you get into a fight. The great Dana White spoke last night. We love Dana White, right? UFC. That's like he puts in two fighters, one of them's getting creamed, getting really beaten, and they say, "All right, take him out, let's put somebody else in to finish up the fight." That's what they did to us. They gave us somebody new, but we took care of both of them. So we beat actually two opponents. But to stop the weaponization of law enforcement and our government, I will also sign an order directing every federal agency to preserve all records pertaining to political persecutions under the last administration, of which there were many, and beginning the process of exposing any and all abuses of power, even though he's pardoned many of these people. Can you believe it? He's pardoned them. You know why he did it? While I was speaking, because that way I couldn't speak about it. I was speaking, I didn't know he did it. I finished my speech, and they said, "Sir, he pardoned his whole family." I said, "Oh, can I go back out there and talk about it?" Somehow that wouldn't be very elegant. Our first lady would say, "Please don't do that." And we have plenty of time to talk about it, and we will. We're doing all of this on our very first day in office. And don't forget, we've been in this position really where we won the primaries in record time. We have the fastest win of a primary ever in political history, which is a very nice thing. It's nice to know. Well, the second election was rigged, so we knew we were doing well. And if it wasn't, you know what? If it wasn't, I would have never run. But this third one was just a monster. Boy, was that a big one, huh? That was a big one. Well, the second one, we got like 10 or 12 million votes more than the first one. How about that? We did great on the first one. We did much better on the second one. But man, did we do well on the third one. So we're gonna have some fun. It's very simple. We're gonna make our country great. We're gonna make our country great again. We're gonna make America great again. How good a name is MAGA, though, right? I was going to say keep America great, but unfortunately it wasn't great. Can't say keep it great. It will be great again. But CAG, keep America great. CAG. I don't think it's ever going to replace MAGA. Does anybody like CAG? I don't think so. It's never replacing MAGA. Nothing will ever replace MAGA. MAGA was the most successful political operation, political movement in the history of our country, maybe in the history of the world. Let's see what happens. Because we're not finished yet. We're not finished yet. We got a long way to go. But we're doing this on the very first day in office, and in just a few moments, I'm not only signing the release of the J6 hostages, I'm signing other things that you're going to love. Oh, you're going to be happy reading newspapers tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So I just want to thank, look at this place, it's full to the rafters. You don't have any, look at those people out there. You don't have any empty seats. And by the way, the Capital One owners, they are so good. We got a root for their teams because they have been so great to MAGA to us. And I just want to thank Ted and everybody. You guys have been fantastic. And the ice hockey team's doing great. Ovechkin's pretty good, right? They're doing great. So I want to thank them, Capital One arena owners. They've been absolutely fantastic. And thank you once again to everyone. And I can only tell you, you're going to be very happy. You're going to watch a lot of good things happen. We're going to stop some wars that are happening and going on. Some stupid things are happening. The war with Ukraine would have never happened, and it has. As you know, Israel would have never been hit on October 7th, and none of you would be up here. None of you would even know anything about this tragedy that you're going through right now. but Iran was broke. Anybody that bought oil from Iran, they couldn't do any business with us. You're not going to do business with America. China passed, everybody passed. They were broke. They didn't have money for Hamas. They didn't have money for Hezbollah. And your sons would be alive, and they certainly wouldn't be incarcerated like they are. It's a shame, but we're getting a lot of people out in a short period of time. So I'm going to go right over to here, and I'm going to sign in front of you. Is that okay? Good.
Sky High Mascara. Now boarding, limitless length and volume. Maybelline, New York.
Do you have that other one signed? Do you have the other one signed?
We don't have it over here, so we'll have it for you. The first is the rescissions of 78 Biden-era EOs and presidential memoranda.
You want to call it out? Do you want to say it? Do you want to say it?
Oh, if you want me to, sir.
Why don't you say what I'm signing?
Sure. The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others. Thanks, sir. The second item, President Trump, is a regulatory freeze, as you announced in your speech, preventing bureaucrats from issuing any more regulations until we have full control of this, the government of this administration. Thanks, sir. The next item, sir, is a freeze on all federal hiring, excepting the military and a number of other excluded categories, again, until full control of the government is achieved and we understand the objectives of government going forward.
Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so.
Sir, the next item, as you announced in your speech, is a requirement that federal workers return to full-time in-person work immediately. Thank you, sir. Next, we have a directive to every department, as we've seen. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Pretty fun job.
Please welcome Vice President J.E. Vance, accompanied by Second Lady Usha Vance.
Little baby, don't cry. You know your daddy was born to die. But all my troubles will soon be over.
Please welcome Sergeant Tatiana Saldana, United States Space Force. Sergeant Henry Waller, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Lexus Martinez, United States Marine Corps, and Petty Officer Emmanuel Gamble, United States Navy.
Glory, glory, ooh, yeah, is to this marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah, is to this marching on. Is to this marching on.
Well, thank you very much. This is a great honor. We have a lot of Space Force here, by the way. A lot of Space Force. We're very proud of Space Force. But there's nowhere else I'd rather be tonight than with some of the greatest American patriots of all, the men and women of the United States military. Thank you very much. This is quite a gathering, huh? It's a celebration because we're going to turn our country around. We're going to make America great again. I've had no higher privilege in life than to serve as your commander-in-chief, not once, but twice. And you're incredible, and the people of our country respect you, and they love you so much. You don't see it, you don't hear about it too much, but they love you just so much you wouldn't even believe it. So thank you very much. They're honored to have you. We're joined this evening by the service members from every branch of the U.S. Armed Forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Marines, and Space Force. And I salute you all. Let me also thank our incredible military spouses, what you have to put up with. They put up with a lot. And family members here tonight, we have so many and so many brilliant families. And you do more than anyone else to support our nation's heroes. And on behalf of every American, I want to thank you very much. We have some people with us tonight. You know, we have the head of the Republican Party, and we won, and then she said, all right, Dan, I think that's enough for me now. Let's win, and let's go to something else. She wants to get back to her beautiful babies, but she's married to a guy known as my son, Eric Trump. And Laura was essentially chairman, along with Michael Watley, of the Republican Party. And they were tough. They weren't going to stand for any nonsense, and they did a fantastic job. And we won every single swing state. We won the, we won the popularity. We were the most popular candidate in a long time. And I have to tell you, with the military, we really won. We really won. I want to thank, obviously, a tremendous supporter of yours, and if I ever got out of line, she'd get me right back in line when it comes to you. Melania, First Lady, she's been fantastic, First Lady. And our Vice President, you know him well. He's all about you. He's a big believer in our military, J.D. Vance and Usha. And I have other family members here. Don's in there somewhere, and Ivanka's there. Where is Ivanka? There's so many people. But we have a lot of family members. Tiffany is here. Darren was with us today. He's that tall one, I will tell you. And he's doing a good job. But today we celebrate the enduring strength and resilience of our glorious republic. And so it's highly appropriate that we also honor the men and women who keep us safe. And that's what you are. Your bravery inspires us, your service unites us, and your sacrifice and spirit protect us all. We made a little speech today. I think you probably saw it. Who did see it or hear it? Did anybody? Well, I think we said a lot, and we said more than anything else that we love you, we respect you so much, and we have a big commitment to each and every one of you. Starting today, America will be stronger and greater than it's ever been before. That's happening fast. That was a big win. That was a tremendous win. We all worked hard for it, and a big part of the reason that I won was because of my relationship with you, so we appreciate it. Under the leadership of our next Secretary of Defense, who I just saw, Pete Hegseth, who's fantastic. Where is Pete? I saw him backstage. I don't know. There's so many people. How do you find anybody in this crowd? This is a big crowd. But if Pete's around, if Pete can hear this, come on up here, Pete. But we will again build the most powerful military the world has ever seen. We're going to have it. You know, we did that 4 years ago, and then it was a little bit dissipated. But we're going to do it again, but much bigger, much stronger than ever before. We're also doing the Iron Dome, all made in America. We have a nice Iron Dome. You're going to protect us with the use of the Iron Dome. Instead of worrying about agendas, you don't have to worry about that at all. There's only one focus: defeating America's enemies. We're not going to be defeated. We're not going to be humiliated. We're only going to win, win, win. We're going to win, win, win. And we really do have some just incredible people working with us. So I've been looking around for generals like George Patton, Douglas MacArthur, Ulysses S. Grant. His stock has gone way up in the last 20 years, wouldn't you say, JD? They used to say bad things about him. Now all of a sudden he's very well respected, but we all fight to win, and we're going to win, and we're going to win like never before. In many ways, the economy is going to be strong. We're not going to let all of our nations, our friendly and unfriendly nations, push us around from any standpoint, including the economy, because we have something that they don't have. We have a power that they don't have. Liquid gold under our feet, the likes of which no other nation has. Yet, as I said in my never get into it, it's called peace through strength. We won't have to fight the war. Right? We don't have to fight the wars. If we can do it without fighting, as long as we have total victory, we do it without fighting. Through our power and might, we will lead the world to peace. Our friends will respect us. Our enemies will fear us. And the whole world will admire the unrivaled greatness of the United States military. And I will tell you, we made big strides. We totally rebuilt the United States military 2017, 2019, 2018. We rebuilt the entire U.S. military, and now we're going to do it again. A lot of it's been dissipated by people that don't know what the hell they're doing. But we're going to do it again. And this is going to be the dawn of the golden age of America. This is the golden age of America. And tonight, I'm filled with optimism for what lies ahead over the next 4 years. We will replenish the pride of our armed forces and the recruitment crisis. And by the way, the recruitment numbers are through the roof in the last 2 months. I wonder why. Why? I don't know. Why the hell are they throwing? You know, you're having a little problem with recruitment. That's not good. And now the numbers are higher than they've just about ever. You know why? They love what they see for the future of our country. And they didn't love what they were seeing for the last 4 years. It was ridiculous. It's a big thing, actually. This big story is the recruiting has gone really through the roof, and that's good. I want to thank every service member here tonight and across the globe to know that you're at the heart of America's greatness. It's an exceptional honor to join you again in serving this magnificent nation that we all love, and that we're going to make greater, better, bigger, stronger. We're going to make it something that even you will be surprised. You'll see that, and it's going to be led by our great military, the strength of our military. We're going to make our military so strong that we don't have to use it. Wouldn't that be good? We don't have to use it. They'll look at us and they'll say, there's no way. There's no way we're going after that one. So I want to just say to you, God bless you. God bless our armed forces. God bless our men and women serving overseas. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Thank you very much. So they say we have some troops from South Korea, and I have no idea how we're getting them on this screen. I've been waiting for it for about 2 seconds. Oh, here it comes. No, that's a cake. There they are. Hello, everybody. How we doing over there? How's Kim Jong-un doing? How are you?
President, how do you hear me?
That's a good-looking group of
How do you hear me,
people,
sir?
isn't it? Thank you
Mr.
for being
President,
with
sir,
us.
how do you hear
please.
us?
Yes, I hear you fine.
Sir, I'm Lieutenant General Chris Lee, Commanding General 8th Army. And this is Command Sergeant Major Robin Ballmer. We're based in Camp Humphrey, South Korea, United States bedrock of unmistakable land power on freedom's frontier in Asia. Protection of both homelands, sir. It's a profound honor to stand before you today, representing our incredible team here in Korea. We're deeply grateful for this opportunity to be part of this occasion. Sir, on behalf of the brave men and women who serve under my command, the thousands of dedicated service members that are part of the joint team in Korea, congratulations on your victory as the 47th President of the United States. Welcome back, Mr. President. Sir, we'd be privileged to host you here in Korea soon. You can see firsthand the lethality of our soldiers here, how our formations are, our fight tonight focus, and our ironclad commitment to the defense of Korea and our homelands. To meet the families who serve alongside our warfighters, sir.
How about that? So, can I ask you, how is it going in South Korea right now? How's it doing? You have somebody with pretty bad intentions, I guess, you would say that, although I developed a pretty good relationship with him, but he's a tough cookie. How is it going over there? How's it doing?
Sir, every day we train, we stay hard, and we plan for anything that you possibly could need us to do. The alliance is strong, and we're ready to receive you, Mr. President.
Well, thank you very much. This is really, is this man central casting or what? If I'm doing a movie, I pick him to play my lead. I want to thank you all very much. What a good-looking group of people, and we are very secure when we have people like you in our military, and we're having a beautiful time in Washington. We just had that great election that you alluded to. It was a big one. It was a very big win. We won everything. We won just about everything. The only thing that matters, though, is we won with the military, the likes of which nobody's seen before, so that's really good. But I would like to just thank you all, and I'll see you soon. If anybody would like to make a statement, please do so. If you'd like to say something, you have a big group of people. We have all night, right? We have all night. If anybody would like to make a statement, go ahead. That is great. You see that? They're not going to play games with you. That's good. I like to see that. Nobody's playing games with that man. Have a good time, everybody. Say hello to everybody over there. A lot of friends in South Korea. And great job. You look really sharp, really special. And you are a special guy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's great, isn't it? That's great. But you're great. Thank you all very much. Have a great time. Commander-in-Chief. This is the ball. This is the big one. This is the first one I stopped at. I hope the other ones don't hear me say that. But this is the one. And now we're going to cut a cake. And they said, could you be very, very careful, sir? Don't cut the plane, which is cake. Cut the runway. I think that's a good idea. Thank you very much. We love you all. Thank you very much.
Presenting the sabers to the President and Vice President, Captain Abigail Barge, United States Air Force, Petty Officer, 2nd Class Robert George, United States Coast Guard.
Yes, sir. First, we have a list of pardons and commutations relating to events that occurred on January 6, 2021.
Okay, and how many people is this?
I think this order will apply to approximately 1,500 people, sir.
So this is January 6th. These are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Yes.
Full pardon.
Full pardon or commutation?
Full pardon. We have about 6 commutations in there where we're doing further research. Nice to see you again. So this is a big one. Anything you want to explain about this? We hope they get them. We hope they come out tonight, frankly. They're expecting it. Approximately 1,500 people. Six commutations.
Were there any cases you did for pardon of people?
We're looking at different things, but the commutations would be the ones that we'll take a look, and maybe it'll stay that way, or it'll go to, full pardon.
And the order does require the Bureau of Prisons to act immediately on receipt of the pardons and commutation orders. Sir, this is an
Why don't we get that down so they can get them going right now?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Yep, absolutely. This is a proclamation guaranteeing the state's protection against invasion based on the current crisis at the southern border and invokes various executive powers relating to the ongoing invasion at the southern border.
President, why do you feel confident that those are not going to be blocked by courts?
I don't think they will. I don't think they can be. They're very straight up. Why don't you take that and go over here? Can you get them over here? Not on this side of them. You mind? Just go right over here with your friends. Okay.
Sir, this is an executive order realigning the United States Refugee Admission Program to better align with American principles and American interests.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, this next executive order is about protecting America from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats. Again, crisis at the border, but it goes beyond that and it implicates other executive powers. As well.
Okay.
President Trump, if cartels are now going to be seen as foreign terror organizations, would you think about ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico to take them out?
Could happen. Stranger things have happened.
Mr. President,
And that was actually
sure that Maduro will accept Venezuelans?
Say it.
How will you make sure that Maduro will accept Venezuelans?
Well, we're going to see on Venezuela. We're looking at Venezuela very strongly. It's a country I know very well for a lot of reasons, and it's, boy, it was a great country 20 years ago, and now it's a mess, right?
Sir, can we expect ICE raids starting tomorrow in major cities?
What does that mean?
Can we expect ICE raids in major cities?
I don't want to say when, but it's going to happen. Has to happen, or we're not going to have a country left.
This is actually an executive order designating the cartels and other organizations to be foreign terrorist organizations.
That's a big one.
Yes, sir.
People wanted to do this for years. So they're now designated as terrorist organizations, foreign. And Mexico probably doesn't want that, but we have to do what's right. They're killing our people. They're killing 250, 300,000 American people a year. Not 100, like has been reported for 15 years. It's probably 300,000.
This is an executive.
Mexico doesn't, how are we going to deal with this?
I don't know, you'll have to ask them.
Sir, this is an executive order entitled Protecting the American People Against Invasion, which again deals with the southern border and the unprecedented admission of illegal aliens across the southern border.
What do you see the biggest national security threat to the U.S., Mr. President? What's going to be your priority on foreign policy?
Sorry?
What's going to be your priority on foreign policy? What do you see as a big
Foreign policy is a big statement. I mean, my priority in foreign policy is going to be to keep America safe. Very simple. It's a big question, though. That's a very big question.
What's going to be the first foreign leader that you plan to meet, or who you will call tomorrow on your birthday?
I've already been meeting people. I've been meeting them. I've been talking to them. I met with Prime Minister Trudeau, like all Governor Trudeau. I met with numerous foreign leaders. Go ahead.
Sir, this next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
Yeah, that's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
What about that one in the course? That one is likely to be passed.
Could be. We think we have good grounds, but you could be right. I mean, you'll find out. It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know. And it's just absolutely ridiculous, but, we'll see. We have very good grounds.
Sir,
People have wanted to do this for decades.
Sir, this is a proclamation declaring a national emergency at the southern border of the United States.
That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh? You know what that means, right?
President Trump, did President Biden leave you a letter?
He may have. Wait. Don't they leave it in the desk? I don't know. Oh,
What's in there?
thank you, Peter. It could have been years before we found it. Wow. Thank you.
Can you read anything outside?
Maybe we should all read it together.
Let's read it.
Well, maybe I'll read it first and then make that
That sounds
determination.
great.
Peter, thank you very much. I mean, I've seen this for months.
Happy to help with the passing of the torch.
I left him one in the desk, so yes.
What are you talking about?
Unification of our country. I didn't know that he gave a pardon to his family because he did it during my speech.
He didn't tell you to
No, he didn't tell me. No. He did it. They released it during my speech. During my speech. So all I could do was say, "Excuse me, I'd like to come back and speak some more." So no, it's bad precedent, obviously.
Very thinking on tariffs on Mexico, leaving actually recycling on the border.
Well, I'm thinking in terms of 25% on Mexico and Canada because they're allowing vast numbers of people. Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people to come in and fentanyl to come in.
When do you think you would enact?
I think February 1st.
Are you planning to go to that?
I think we'll do February 1st.
Well, that's not what
Sir,
On each.
this is an executive order taking a large number of executive actions to secure our southern border.
Okay. Sounds reasonable.
President Trump, remember 4 years ago, Barack Obama told you the top 13 countries would be more Korea. Did Joe Biden tell you what you think the top countries are?
No. I think we have a lot of them. Right now, I think we have a lot. I think North Korea turned out to be good. I was very friendly with him. He liked me. I liked him. We got along very well. And they thought that was a tremendous threat. Now, he is a nuclear power, but we got along. I think he'll be happy to see him coming back.
And
I think he has tremendous condo capability. He's got a lot of shoreline.
Sir.
Are we going to work with countries from South America to coordinate on immigration?
About who?
About immigration in general?
This is an executive order. Sorry, sir.
I'm fine with legal immigration. I like it. we need people, and I'm absolutely fine with it. We want to have it. We need it because we're going to have a lot of companies coming in to avoid tariffs. You know, if you don't want tariffs, all you have to do is build your plant in the U.S. So we're going to have a lot of workers coming in, but we have to have legal immigration.
Do you have a date in mind for when you want to put in on the China tariffs that you talked about?
Which one?
60%?
No. You're talking about which? Say it again.
The China tariffs, the
Oh,
broad
China?
tariffs?
Well, as you know, I put on large tariffs on China, and they've really been forced to leave them. And if we didn't leave them, you wouldn't have one steel mill that's open in this country because they were dumping massive amounts of steel. We've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars from China because they were unable to terminate the tariffs on China because there was too much money and the budgets didn't work and other reasons too. No, I mean, we're going to have meetings and calls with President Xi. I spoke to President Xi last week, as you know. Did you know that? I had a very good phone call. Well, NATO has to pay more money. NATO has to pay 5%. We're in the Ukraine war by $200 billion more than NATO. It's ridiculous because it affects them a lot more. We have an ocean in between. And we've spent $200 billion more on Ukraine than NATO spent. And they equalize.
Did you talk to Xi about Ukraine?
Yeah.
Because China and Brazil together had a proposal to bring Russia and Ukraine.
No, I'm ready.
When are you going to talk with the Brazilian
Brazil get involved. This is a new one.
When are you going to talk to Lula?
Are you from Brazil?
When are you talking?
That's why they're involved. I guess.
When are you going to talk to the Brazilian president? How do you see your relationship with Latin America and Brazil?
Great, should be great. They need us much more than we need them. We don't need them. They need us. Everybody needs us.
It sounds like you will not proceed with additional China tariffs necessarily, depending on how talks go with President Xi, is that correct?
What does that define that?
Well, you're asking, I think I need 10% tariff on every
Because of fentanyl.
Right, so that's where.
That's all the reason for fentanyl. There are other things too.
Are additional.
And a very big thing is the Panama Canal. Panama Canal, what's that all about? And it's supposed to be good. When Jimmy Carter gave it, which was a terrible mistake, he didn't give it to China, he gave it to Panama. And China controls the Panama Canal. And we're not going to allow that to happen. We're not going to allow that to happen.
Thanks, sir.
What can we expect of the countries in NATO that spend the least amount of money, like Spain, France, below the 5%?
Spain is very low. And yet, are they a BRICS nation?
What?
They're a BRICS nation, Spain. You know what a BRICS nation is? Well, you'll figure it out. But, and if the BRICS nations want to do that, that's okay, but we're going to put at least a 100% tariff on the business they do with the United States. You know what the BRICS are? You guys know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So it's not even a threat. In fact, since I made that statement, Biden said, well, they have us over a barrel. I said, no, we have them over a barrel. And there's no way they're going to be able to do that.
This is an executive order related to.
Like Spain?
As a BRICS nation, yes. They'll have 100% tariff if they so much as even think about doing what they thought. And therefore they'll give it up immediately. So will China give it up.
So this is about reforming the system of hiring in federal government to ensure merit is a lodestar of hiring decisions.
That's where the Supreme Court is.
Yes, sir.
This is a big deal. Merit. Our country's going to be based on merit again. Can you believe it? Well, there's only half a day. I have another half a day left. We'll see. So I want to get it done.
This is an order creating and implementing the Department of Governmental Efficiency, known as DOGE.
Okay, that's a big one.
Is Elon Musk going to get a investing office?
No, he's getting an office for about 20 people that we're hiring to make sure that these get implemented. we have a problem in this country. You sign an executive order, it doesn't get done for 6 months. As an example, when we allowed the J6 hostages to go out, it might not be approved under the old days for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 months. You know, they had a good ruling from the Supreme Court, and it's like nothing happened. That ruling was 6 months ago, you know that. And it was like they didn't have a ruling. They've been treated very unfair. The judges have been absolutely brutal. The prosecutors have been brutal. Nobody's ever treated people in this country like that.
Mr. President, are you commuting the sentences of anyone who assaulted a police officer on January 6th?
Well, we're looking at 2 police officers, actually, that Washington police officers who went after an illegal, and things happened, and they ended up putting them in jail. They got 5-year jail sentences. You know the case. And